What it do, man? It's your boy Battle Truth coming to you live and direct from the Battle Truth headquarters. Let's get right off into this. So, they say I'm not impactful. Well, that's not true. Just the haters be saying that. Ever since I let it be known ARP is retiring from battle rap. You see, that's the talk of battle rap. Everybody talking about it, bringing it up and everything. It's okay though. Whatever. I'm used to it. This is what I do. Reliable sources is telling me. They hate when I say that, especially when it always come out to be true. But anyway, what does ARP leave in battle rap really mean for battle rap? When we talk about the state of battle rap, where that, it means a whole lot. And you're going to see how his impact his impact in battle rap made it real funky for the URL. This is one of the reasons why they wanted him gone. This is why they didn't like him. But at the same time, even though the URL motives behind what they was doing wasn't good, if you actually look at it, it could have been good. What I mean by that, this is what y'all like Battle Truth for. Let me break some stuff down. What I mean by that, even though the URL motives and intentions behind them actually wanted to monopolize battle rap, to have everything under their umbrella, their motives and intentions behind the reason why was not for the sake of more so battle rap, but it was for financial monetary gain. However, when you see what battle rap is at right now, it actually would have been better to some degree if it was under them. When you see how battle rap is poorly mismanaged, when you see how battle rappers have this thing where it's crazy, they so divided amongst each other, they have always put themselves in a position to actually get walked over and rolled over because they don't know how to unify, come together to actually see that they are the ones that's actually keeping this thing going, by which these sponsors are paying out hundreds of millions to these league owners as a result of them selling and marketing the battle rappers to these sponsors and major companies. But the battle rappers don't know how to come together to market and manage themselves, to unify. If they would have came together and unified and put themselves under a union, do you know how impactful and powerful they would have been? But you can't even get the top tier battle rappers who so-called making a big dollar to even come together and do that. They so used to being hand-fed. They so used to all just wanting to get theirs. They don't even understand that if you just humbled yourself and got together and came to a table and knew how to reasonably bargain and collect and hire people in position who knew how to take y'all situation and put it into a plan. Come on, man. But they didn't know how to do that. And so this is why the URL and them and King of the Dot and them is able to get these caffeine and what's that, Twitch deals, Switch deals, whatever the thing called. That's why they're able to get them big $100 million deals as a result of their ignorance. They hating on each other. What they do all day long. I just showed you a clear sign of that. Look at how Unbiased tore them apart and his stock dropped. None of them wanted to say anything and took it very light. But again, let that been a rapper. Let that been a rapper saying something against them. Oh, they would have been on every social media platform tearing them down. Let's fight. Let's shoot the fade. Let's do this. Let's do that. That's a whole nother story. But that's a prime example of what I mean of how divided they are among themselves. And this was one of the reasons why ARP was so impactful and effective when it came to battle rap. Able to take what the URL was willing to wash their hands with and throw away, put it on his platform, rebrand them to put them now in a position to where the URL had to take notice of them again and come with a better deal for them, only to try to remove them from RBE. This is what's going to be missing real bad from ARP leaving. Now, as a result of ARP leaving, your negotiation and bargaining tool has minimized to the point that you can no longer use ARP to negotiate on your behalf for the URL like so many rappers have done. Come to ARP, get a number from ARP, then go back to URL, pitch the number to URL where RBE said they'll give me this much if I battle this. Then the URL and them like, okay, then we'll pay you this much to not battle on that. Matter of fact, don't do his card, we'll pay you this. Sabotage his battles, we'll give you this. Oh, so they blocking their battles and things like that. Now with ARP gone, they don't have to do that, which means now the URL could actually dictate this whole thing, and you don't have nothing to bargain with. Your negotiation favor has went out of the window. That's what you're going to miss about the RBE. ARP them thing, that right there. With that gone, the battle rappers have no choice now but to surrender and submit under the dictatorship of the URL. That's gone now. That's the only thing that kept them relevant and why the URL didn't like ARP them, because ARP them gave them away when the URL didn't give them away. They knew that if URL didn't pick them up, ARP will pick them up. They knew that. They knew that. And while you saying some of the major stars go back and forth from URL to RBE, from URL to RBE. That's what you do. When the URL done with you, you go to RBE. When RBE give you a chance and you start rebranding yourself, you get picked back up by the URL. That's how that went. And that's what the URL couldn't stand about RBE. That they resuscitated battle rappers' careers and made them relevant again, by which the URL had to bargain with them all over again. With ARP gone, you don't have that no more. Ain't no rebranding. Ain't no getting yourself in position to actually have something to come to the table with for the URL. That's done. That's gone. That's thrown out of the window. That's thrown out of the window now. So the URL is back in power. And why you now can hear Smack saying things like this.
Yo, the money is not coming back. I'm gonna keep it real with y'all. Like, you know what I'm saying? With the prices that like they asking for, like, it's not recoupable. Okay. You understand what I'm saying? There's no way to recoup the funding for the amount of money that, you know what I mean, that acquire the purses. I'm just gonna keep it real. Like, you know what I mean?
That's why Smack could say that now. And it can go unchallenged. Who gonna challenge it? ARP gone. He's not challenging that. That's the one who used the challenge on behalf of the battle rappers. See, that's another thing that Smack them didn't like. ARP had got so fed up with the URL now, when they would say things, he would expose the business. He would be like, no, they lying, and then he'll show you another way of the business that league owners don't supposed to really say or give out, because that's what makes them strong as league owners, knowing the information that the battle rappers didn't know. So ARP started calling them out on that type of stuff and actually going against them. So Beefy and them had to be real careful of the things that they were saying now, seeing that ARP was no longer being quiet about the thing, because for a long time he was quiet about the thing and wouldn't address them when they sometimes would be provoking him. Then he got to a point where he was tired of them provoking him, to the point that he started giving out the secrets. When they started finding out he started giving out the secrets, they started being very careful on the things they started saying against him, because they didn't want him to tell everything, to give the battle rappers hope or give them some type of influence to want to actually challenge them and look into the things that he was talking about that put the battle rappers in a better position than where they normally would be as a result of not knowing that information. That's exactly what happened. So when you now remove that out of the equation, they ain't got a hand to fend for them at all. he was basically the backbone for these battle rappers. Because of AIP, the URL then was forced to pay more. Because of AIP, the URL was forced to book battles they normally wouldn't have booked so soon, as a result of being afraid that AIP would pick them up. So his impact on being here actually played a major part in how the URL was forced to do better business. For not, I'm gonna keep it 100, not just for the URL, but also for ARP. URL also forced ARP to do better business, vice versa. But when you remove one, then the dictatorship come in for the other. Like, for instance, if the URL was to leave, guess what? ARP become the dictator, to the point where now he more stern in the things he say, and he could stiff arm and resist battle rappers requesting certain things as a result of him not having competition. As a result of him not having competition. So as long as you have competition, this gives leniency to the battle rappers. Remove the competition, there's no leniency. Now it becomes dictatorship. So you remove RBE, you getting rid of URL's number one talent. I mean, not number one talent, number one competitor. That's their number one competitor. RBE. Not that RBE is bigger, but RBE forces them to pay out more, forces them to book battles and do battles as a result of them being afraid of RBE picking up the battles. So with that gone, now you're seeing this whole new wave finna change now. And it's going to get worse for the battle rappers, because your bargaining tool is gone. Why you see Verb now copping out? Oh, pick me up, URL. Pick me back up. I ain't really mean it. I could do it. I do a better job than P. Help me. Now he begging for the URL to pick him back up now, because ARP them finna leave. And I personally don't believe he leaving, because he like battle rappers in his heart. He'll take the loss. He'll take the loss if there was a such thing as a loss, even though you don't really take losses. You probably don't make as much as you wanted to make, but you definitely don't take losses because it's a business. You ain't paying out money to take the losses. You paying out money because you're not going to take the loss. The money you paying out, it don't put you in the red. Come on now. No business, for the most part, is going in the red by the payouts, unless you just don't know business and you stupid like that, especially when you're looking at the numbers. Looking at the numbers mean at the least we make this. And because of at the least we make this, we can only give them this. That's business. When you hear ARP and Smack them saying they saw the numbers, they look at the numbers, they know the average in the highest. So we average this much. And because we average this much, the payment goes according to the average. The average. So since we average this much, we pay out according to the average. That's how they go. You remove the RBE, there's no competition. Chrome 23 is not the competition. King of the Dot is not the competition, because they not willing to fight the URL the way that RBE has been fighting them the past few years. That's the real truth. That's the impact of what RBE brought to the URL. Notice, even though King of the Dot has larger numbers than RBE, the URL don't look at King of the Dot as being a threat. In fact, the URL just did something that people been begging for URL to do with RBE, to come together. The URL just did 2 events with King of the Dot, where it was URL versus King of the Dot. They did it twice. They did it on the Pat State thing, and they did it again for the other thing, where King of the Dot went up against URL and they brought it together. People been trying to get RBE and King URL to do that but they don't look at King of the Dot as being a threat. And for the most part, King of the Dot stay in their lane and say, look, we just gonna deal with the white folks. Y'all don't really like white rappers like that. Most of our league is all white folks, okay? And we don't have no problem with see, that's another thing about King of the Dots. They got that white boy, we don't want no trouble, humbleness to them. We don't mind asking Smack, could we have dude and them come over here? We don't want y'all top rappers. Could your meet that see them white boys know how to get over. Could we have your mediocre rappers? See, they'll take the mediocre rappers. Could we have your mediocre rappers? Smack gonna be like, of course. Yeah, they could come over there. See, they ain't trying to step on no toes. And one thing about them white boys, this is what they know. They not greedy. See, them white boys know this. A slow nickel beat a fast dime. They'll get there slow and let it keep building up, and put it in better investments. Niggas want that quick dime, real quick, no matter how it's destroying the company. No matter how much it's destroying the company, no matter how much it hurt, give it to me right now. I don't care. I'm ready to sign right now. Give me the money right now. They don't look at what's going to happen later on down the line. And that's real talk. That's what's going to be missing. So now the URL just going to rule with an iron fist. Simple as that.
Yo, the money is not coming back. I'm gonna keep it real with y'all. Like, you know what I'm saying? With the prices that like they asking for, like it's not recoupable. Okay. You understand what I'm saying? There's no way to recoup the funding for the amount of money that, you know what I mean, that acquire the purses. I'm just gonna keep it real. Like, you know what I mean?